Okay, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to edit your voiceover for project 2. You'll notice over here in my clips window, I've actually imported all of the audio files from the source VO content. You're going to notice right away as we import them that 0 through 12 does not correspond to chapter number. Those are takes, right? So each take just starts and stops wherever he chose to start and stop in the script, right? So that's why we have our script open over here. We're going to be editing chapter 00, or the title chapter, right? And yeah, so when you're doing all your VO editing, you're probably going to do it all in one big session for the whole book. I think that's the way to go personally, because then once you do all your editing, you can do all your processing to all your tracks and print all your stems, right, for the whole book, and then just have a stem folder that you hand to the person comping the final mix session, right? But anyhow, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and start with editing this VO. So I'm going to bring over all of these takes. Because they don't correspond to any chapter numbers, it's probably best to just have them all in one file together on one track. I'm going to put this in shuffle mode, and we're just going to drag and drop the clips in. So next I'm going to go back into slip mode, and we're going to start editing this. So here's your script. We just need to make this match the script. If you listen to it, the VO quality sounds great.
Chicken Little.
Okay, whatever. You guys are just going to have to deal with this. Through all these tutorials, there's going to be like a double when you're listening to Pro Tools, because my microphone is picking it up, and if I wanted to pick up my voice and the editing, whatever. This could be solved if I was on headphones, but I don't feel like it. So let's go ahead and start editing. So the first thing you can do, let's pull out that start, right? There doesn't need to be that there. Let's go ahead and edit that in nice and tight. Put in a little fade.
Chicken Little.
We also don't need any of this, so delete it.
Chicken Little. Just when
Okay, so we'll fade that in.
Just when Chicken Little recovers.
Ooh, okay.
Chicken Little. Chicken Little.
I'm going to talk about this in the other tutorial, but
just when Chicken Little.
You can hear that little K is pretty high pitched, but we'll deal with that later. I talk about that in the processing, but anyhow.
Just when Chicken Little recovers from his first mistake, the sky.
Okay, so let's go ahead and clear out this little snippet. Perfect.
Take the sky.
And I think we actually might want to turn up this a little bit, right? Because some of these, you'll notice, you'll lose the transient of those kind of consonant letters, consonant syllables.
Mistake, the sky falls again. Read along.
Okay, we'll delete that. And then we'll go ahead and add our fades. The other thing is you want to make sure you're always putting fades in the start and front of all of these files. You don't want a secret zero crossing screwing up everything, right?
Read along with the...
Or a secret non-zero crossing screwing up everything.
Read along with the story of a plucky little chicken who never gives up.
Okay, right here's an example earlier. I mentioned there might be some transients to syllables and consonants that aren't quite loud enough. I felt that the P and up was not loud enough. It kind of gets lost, and especially could get lost later. So let's turn it up.
Gives up.
I'm going to turn it up some more.
Gives up.
Okay. That sounds pretty great. We'll go ahead and add a little fade to the start and end of that.
Gives up. You will...
We'll go ahead and we want to remove that breath, obviously. So get rid of that. Fade.
You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this sound.
Okay, I felt the D in sound was a little bit lost. Just personal taste, so I'm going to go ahead and up that a little bit. Put our little crossfade, and then turn these up.
Sound.
Much better. Okay. And then fade it out.
Ready?
Okay, fade in.
Ready?
There's a little bit of mouth noise and stuff in there, so just get rid of it.
Ready? Let's begin.
Fades.
Ready? Let's begin. Let's begin.
Great. Okay. And then we'll delete all the way up until the next chapter, because you can hear this starts the next
The sky
chapter.
is falling.
Yeah. So that's the start of the next chapter. So we actually have here comped together our chapter 00. These are all the snippets. Now we've got to make them sound a little bit more human, right? Because you can see there's some big gaps, which as a voice artist, or, voiceover actor, voice actor, whatever, this is a great thing to do. They give you space in between each sentence. And even when we're editing this, we do want some space in between each sentence because, take into account, this is a children's book. And if they're going to be following along and reading, they need a little bit of space between the punctuation and the start of the next sentence. But that being said, I think this is a little too much. So let's go ahead. We'll slide this over.
Chicken Little.
Yeah, like that's a big space between the title and the rest of it. So let's go ahead and slide them over.
Chicken Little. Just when Chicken...
You can maybe even get it a little bit closer.
Chicken Little. Just when Chicken Little recovers from his first mistake, the sky falls again.
And there's a big gap there, right? So let's go ahead and make that a little closer.
Sky falls again. Read along with the story of a plucky little chicken who never gives up. You will know it.
See, and then there's another thing. So let's slide that in.
Who never gives up. You will know it.
Maybe we can bring it a little bit closer.
Chicken who never gives up. You will know it is time to turn the page when...
It was actually probably better the first time. So Command Z.
Chicken who never gives up. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Ready? Let's begin.
Okay, so you can use whatever sound you want for the page turn sound effect. The only reason I'm even bringing it in is just so we can get our VO timing correctly. But I'm going to grab the one from the example session that you guys got as part of the project files. I just dragged it in. We'll put it as a separate track, right? And I'm going to use that just to line up these last two lines. That being said, whoever the sound designer is can make whatever sound effect they want. It does not matter to me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and listen with the timing.
Hear this sound.
It's a little bit too soon.
You hear this sound. Ready? Let's begin.
That feels pretty good. The ready probably is a little bit, it can be over the tail a little bit, but it's probably a little bit too soon. And then I'm going to slide over the let's begin.
You hear this sound. Ready? Let's begin.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm content with this. At this point, I would start processing, and yeah, then we'll go into stem printing. So there will be tutorials for those two pieces after this on the YouTube channel. So yeah, hope this helps. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.